Hello everyone, it's Sal here. Welcome back to another perfume video. I hope you're doing well and a very happy new year to all of you. So what I've got for you today is a perfume update. As you can see, I have some goodies lined up here, some beautiful fragrances. I'm just going to go through some perfumes I've been loving recently. A few that I've been kind of struggling with, actually. One that I received a lovely comment on. One layering combination that I've discovered. What my scent of the day was on New Year's Eve and... no, not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve and also Christmas Day. And I think that's kind of it, really. Just a general update on how I've been feeling towards certain fragrances in my collection. And things like that. So before we get started with the video, get yourself comfortable, grab a drink if you would like to. I've got my wee Earl Grey tea over there, and I've got my nice little blotters if I decide to spray any of these fragrances today. So I think first up today I might just start talking about this one here because I've been absolutely loving this one, you guys. This one is Migler Angel Eau De Toilette. Now, I have discovered that I absolutely love this fragrance. You know, for the longest time I was trying to find the right angel for me. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit like different today. I've kind of come down with like a little bit of a sort of cold. I did check and it is just a cold, thankfully, but it does mean that my voice is sounding a bit like different. I'm kind of losing it a wee bit, but so apologies for that, really. But anyway, this fragrance, I really enjoy it, and I spent a long time trying to kind of find the right angel for me, and I wasn't having any luck. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Eau de Parfum because I found it to be kind of too earthy, too like, too earthy, really, too heavy. Just not quite, I didn't feel quite comfortable wearing that one. And I tried one of the limited edition versions, or a few of them, and I just wasn't a big fan. So I wasn't really having any luck, to be honest, with any of the angels until I found this one. From what I can remember, you have a kind of apple, a green apple note in here. You have your berry notes. You also have the vanilla. I believe there's patchouli. I honestly can't remember what else is in here, you guys, but overall it kind of gives me a feeling, it's like a light, fluffy, sweet scent, utterly addicting, so feminine. This is one of those perfumes that makes me feel so uplifted, it makes me feel so pretty. I just really enjoy this one, you guys. Let me know what you think of this one if you've tried it. I think it's really an incredible scent. For it being an Eau de Toilette, it does last an okay amount of time. I mean, it's not a super strong fragrance, I wouldn't say, but it lasts a fair amount of time, and like it performs as good as some Eau de Parfums. You know, like it's not a light Eau de Toilette. I would say like it's a very a good Eau de Toilette anyway. I kind of find that with most of the Mugler perfumes, actually. Any that they've come out with that are Eau de Toilettes, I found them to be quite strong and almost performing similar to many Eau de Parfums that I've tried. Another example of that would be the Alien Eau de Toilette. That one is definitely very strong. And this is another one of those really like nice, strong Eau de Toilettes. I've really been enjoying it. It's kind of been a fragrance that I've sort of craved here and there. Like, you know, I'll be looking, deciding on what my fragrance is going to be for the day, and I will just crave this, you know, like nothing else will do. I will have to wear this perfume. It's just one of those very unique, very distinctive, yet easy to wear and comforting, feminine sort of scents. Really been enjoying it, you guys. I just wanted to share that with you because it's sort of an update on how I'm feeling towards this one, because I showed it in the haul video, and I think I did an update on the haul, but it's just to say that I am still enjoying this one. In fact, I would say, if anything, I'm growing to enjoy it like more as time is going on, and it's just really very nice. So that is Angel Eau de Toilette from Mugler. A wee sip of tea. Right, where am I going to go next? Oh yeah, just a quick little side note. I've been enjoying wearing this hair mist as well. This is just the Angel hair mist. I would say this one actually smells more like the Eau de Parfum version of Angel. So this one smells more earthy and the patchouli is kind of stronger in here, and this one is more like, this is a thicker powdery scent, if that makes sense. Whereas this fragrance is more like fluffy in texture, like spun sugar kind of feeling. This one has more of a chunky powdery feel to it. Just more like the Angel Eau de Parfum basically. Whoa, it's so bright all of a sudden. Nice wee bit of sunshine. Lovely wee bit of sunshine in the room. So yeah, I've been enjoying wearing this alongside that fragrance. Sometimes, admittedly, sometimes I won't bother with this because of how, you know, how heavy it is in comparison to this. Sometimes I'm not really in the mood for this level of like patchouli earthiness, but sometimes when I want a complete dose of like an Angel fix, if you know what I mean, I will wear this like with this, and it's just super enjoyable. So there's that one as well. Next up today, I think I will just tell you guys about the really nice comment I received on this perfume here, actually. So this is Lancôme La Nuit Trésor à la folie, and it's a perfume that I've had in my collection for a really long time. It is a perfume that I have talked about a lot on my channel, and for good reason. It is a really nice one, but it's really funny because I received a compliment on this perfume, and the way that my colleague described it was smelling very powdery, like old-fashioned makeup powders, and I found that really interesting because it's not necessarily how I would have like described it myself to you when I like reviewed it and stuff. Like the way I would kind of describe this one is more of a mulled wine mixed with like Christmas baking kind of smell overall. But it was really interesting to me the way that my colleague described it as smelling. I thought it was really like valuable to get her input and to like kind of gain insight to another point of view, if that makes sense, because like this isn't a perfume that I've ever received a compliment on before, I don't think, so it was really interesting to hear how somebody else perceived it on me. So I had been wearing this perfume for a good 8 or 9 hours at that point, and I actually didn't think that anyone would be able to smell it on me. You know, so I was very surprised to hear that comment. I actually didn't think it was me that she was referring to at the time, because she mentioned a beautiful smell that she could detect, and I just assumed that it wasn't me actually, because I thought that this would have completely faded. I thought it would have faded away by then, but it just goes to show that it performed really well and it was still detectable kind of 8 or 9 hours later. Oh, I'm so sorry about my voice, you guys. I just feel like it sounds really husky or something. Oh, dearie me. So I just wanted to share that with you because I wouldn't say that I get comments an awful lot on my perfumes, but whenever I do, I just find it really interesting to hear someone else's like perspective on a scent, like how they perceived it, what they thought of it and things like that. And she really, you know, she was quite taken with it because she asked me which perfume it was and everything. Like she really wanted to know what it was I was wearing. I just wanted to share that with you guys. That is La Nuit Trésor à la folie from Lancôme, a really nice powdery, vanillic, red berry type of scent. My scent of Christmas Eve was actually Histoire de Parfum Ambre 114. This was the perfect fragrance for Christmas Eve, let me tell you. It is this gorgeous, like sweet and spicy, powdery type of a scent. Very, very, almost festive in nature, very, very cozy, comforting, and everything like that. It was kind of the perfect fragrance to accompany me on a really lovely day that it was, actually. So I went out for a lovely breakfast and I went for a nice kind of beach walk that day. It was such a nice day, you guys. And this was just a wonderful fragrance to wear on that day. So just wanted to share that was my fragrance of the day on Christmas Eve. It's such a lovely bright day today, you guys. I might go for a wee walk later on or go for coffee with my sister or something. It's such a nice day. What next? So, oh, my fragrance of the day on Christmas Day, funnily enough, I ended up wearing a few different fragrances. So, first up, I actually wore my Poison Girl, which was really nice because this is a perfume that hadn't been getting much love like in recent months, if I'm being honest. It's not really a perfume that I'd been wearing an awful lot. It is very sweet, and I think that's maybe what was challenging to me recently. Like, I used to wear this more, and for some reason I'm finding the sweetness of this to be more intense now. Just with my tastes changing, I guess. I don't really know. But on Christmas Day, I really felt like wearing something just really nice and sweet and celebratory, you know. So I wore my beautiful Poison Girl for the first portion of the day. I then changed to this fragrance, so I then wore my L'Interdit Intense, which actually at this point I would say I'm enjoying this one more than my Poison Girl, just to give you guys an idea of how much I am loving this, because if you've been following my channel like for a wee while, you'll probably remember, you know, how many times I've talked about Poison Girl and how much I love it and how much I would recommend it and everything like that. But at this point, I would actually say that I am preferring this. Do you know what I mean? That's how much I really love this. So I changed my fragrance to this one. I just sprayed some like over top kind of later on, and it was really, really nice. And then a little bit later on in the day, I then wore my La Vie Belle fragrances. So I've got my La Vie Belle Intensement and also the original La Vie Belle. So I kind of wore a little bit of each of these. I put on this one first, the Intensement, but I found the raspberry note to be a little bit too much. So I kind of topped up with just the original to kind of like, I don't know, soften it up and like even it out basically. And that was the fragrance that I wore kind of for the remainder of the day, really. These two together. So I suppose overall it would have been a combination of these two, L'Interdit Intense and Poison Girl, but like to my nose I could mainly like smell these for the rest of the day, if you know what I mean. So of course that was really enjoyable for Christmas Day. It was just a really nice like chilled day for me, just with my mum and sister. Lots of nice food and nothing too extravagant. We never really do like an extravagant Christmas, but it was a lovely chilled day. I actually, as one of my Christmas like presents from my mum, I got this lovely jewellery box here that I'm really fair away with, you guys. I mean, how cute is that? I'll just quickly show you. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. So this one's from a company called Body and Earth, I believe. It's a really nice wee jewellery box. But the main thing that I just love about it is the fact that it has these preserved real flowers, like in here. These are actually real flowers. Like, how amazing is that? But they're preserved, so like they shouldn't go bad. But oh my gosh, it's just such a treat to look at this. And I love like the pink colour of it. So that was one of the wee gifts I got for Christmas. I absolutely love it. And I've just got it here in the video because I think it looks really nice. But anyway, where was I? So those are the perfumes I wore on Christmas Day. I might actually move off the ones that I've spoken about. I'm going to move them off so I can keep track of where I was. I've spoken about this one as well. Just move that one there. And I've spoken about these two. Just put them there. Okay, next up I will talk about the fragrances I've been struggling with, and then kind of at the end I'll tell you guys about the amazing layering combination that I recently discovered. So the perfumes that I've kind of been struggling a little bit with recently are actually these two. So yeah, the first perfume I would say I've been kind of struggling with really is this one here, Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One. And this is a perfume that when I first purchased it, I absolutely loved it and I was wearing it a lot. It was one of my like easy reach perfumes. And as time has gone on, I've just kind of found this one quite nauseating, to be honest. And there's I think part of the reason for that is there is quite a strong fruitiness in here, combined with an overall syrupy effect that I can kind of struggle with. Like, at the best of times, like, a fruity, syrupy scent is really not the type of fragrance I would ever go for. I mean, there is much more to this. Like, it's overall a powdery, cozy, like, caramelly coffee type of, like, there's a lot more going on in here. But when I pick up on that kind of syrupy, fruity nuance, it can be really quite off-putting to me. And what I will say, like, what really did it for me, unfortunately, is I wore this on a day when I kind of had a headache brewing anyway. Like, I was having the start of a headache, and I don't really know why, but I decided it would be like a good idea to wear this one. And I sprayed quite a lot of it, and this one is actually quite strong. So as it turns out, it like totally made my headache worse, you guys. And then, like, as a result, it put me off it even more, if you know what I mean, because like I was already trying to kind of work with it and give it like a chance, and then I wore it on a day when I had a headache. So I mean, not a great shout at all, really. So that wasn't ideal. But what I will say is, I think it was yesterday actually, I wore it again, because the time I wore it when I had a headache, that was maybe like just over a week ago now, so that was a wee while ago. But I wore this one again like yesterday, and I did actually enjoy it a lot more. I really did enjoy it. If you are following me on Instagram, you might have seen the post that I put up about that actually. I kind of wrote a little bit about my experiences with this one and the fact that I was wearing it that day and things like that. But anyway, so yeah, I wore it yesterday. I enjoyed it a lot more, so that's a good thing. I'm hoping that I can end up just loving it again, because it is a 100ml that I own. And I mean, it has a load of notes in here that I love. I mean, it has, it has iris, it has coffee, it has some caramel. I would say I really love the powdery aspects in here. Like, it is quite a powdery fragrance, more so when it dries down. But what I would say is I kind of wish that the caramel wasn't quite as strong. The caramel in here is like one of the main notes, and I kind of wish that it was the coffee and the iris and do you know what I mean? I kind of wish it was more of those notes that I could get to kind of like balance out the sweetness. But it is overall like the caramel, the fruity notes, like the pear, things like that. They're very strong to me. And if I'm not like in the right mood for it, then it's just too much, you guys. So that's a perfume that I've had kind of like a bit of a love-hate, relationship with, if you could call it that. But I suppose it's nice because, like I say, yesterday I wore it and I did enjoy it. So that is Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One. Now, before I move on to this fragrance, I'm going to put in like a little forewarning here, because I'm going to say something about this perfume that may very well like taint your view of it, or like, when you hear someone say something about a fragrance like that's not very nice, and you'd never noticed that about it before, and then after you hear them say it, you can then pick up on it. Well, that's what happened to me with this, and I'm going to say what it was about it, so I don't want that to happen to you, basically, like if you already love this. So I would say like just stop watching now, or like skip ahead if you don't want to hear what I'm going to say about it. So I just wanted to put like a little warning in there, just in case you don't want to hear the thing that I've noticed about this that's been bothering me, if that makes sense. But this is Narciso Rodriguez For Her Eau De Toilette, a really gorgeous, powdery, musky, yet bright kind of fragrance. And it's been a repurchase of mine. It used to be like my signature scent. I absolutely loved it. But, oh, my hands must be warm. They're leaving like, oh my goodness. I think I read somewhere that somebody picked up on a kind of like either nail varnish or nail polish remover type of like scent from this, like a chemically kind of fragrance. And I'd never ever noticed that, I'd never noticed that, you guys. But when I read that and I went back and smelled this, I could then pick up on it, unfortunately. So I did wear this kind of recently, like it was in the lead up to Christmas. I think it was maybe the day before Christmas Eve, and I wore this perfume. But yeah, unfortunately I could kind of pick up on that the chemically harsh kind of, like, if you want to call it a nail varnish remover type fragrance. Unfortunately, I could pick up on that, and it kind of bothered me. So what I've been thinking about this one really is, whether I could layer it with something sweeter or, something more vanillic to kind of soften it up and to kind of blend that out. Because I'm pretty sure there's a vanilla note in here actually, and like amber or something like that. So I have a few fragrances in mind that I want to try layering this with, like glistening amber, for example, or what's it called? Nuit et Confidence from Goutal. I could try and layer it with that one as well. But unfortunately, I picked up on that chemically scent that somebody mentioned. I can't remember if it was in one of the comments, like under one of my videos. I can't remember if it was there or somewhere else, but I think it was a comment. But yeah, I've kind of picked up on that myself, which is rather unfortunate. But there you have it. That's a perfume that I've actually been struggling a little bit with recently. But I would say, like, overall, I probably still find this one easier to, like, enjoy than the Only One, if that makes sense. Like, the sweet, fruity, syrupy nature of the Only One really, really gets to me sometimes, whereas, like, this one, I can still appreciate it, even though I can now notice the chemically, like, aspect of it, or like a nuance to it that's reminiscent of like a chemically nail varnish like smell. I hope that makes sense. But like, I don't want to get rid of these two perfumes, like I want to work with them, I want to wear them more, see how I get on with them. I'm just gonna spray like a little bit of this one just now actually. I'm just going to spray a little bit on my blotter strip and see like how I find it today. No, it's actually, yeah, no, I'm enjoying that right now. I'm enjoying it right now. I'm not really detecting too much of that chemically scent right now, I wouldn't say. Oh, it's a really nice one, you guys. It was just kind of funny to me how I wore it as my scent of the day that day, and I could kind of like pick up on that at that point. Maybe I sprayed like too much of it and it was a bit too strong, but I'm smelling it just now on the strip, and I am really enjoying it actually. So we'll see. Like, hopefully that hasn't tainted my appreciation for it too much. I don't think it has, but it's just something I kind of noticed for the first time. And it kind of like took me by surprise, to be honest, because I'd never noticed that before about it. But I hope that wouldn't like ruin it for you guys, because it, like it's a really nice perfume. But anyway, so those are two that I'm like kind of on the fence about at the moment. It's like two perfumes I'm kind of like, you could say, struggling with, I suppose. And now, finally, I will tell you about this layering combination right here that I've discovered. So it was an evening and I wanted something kind of interesting to wear, but still quite comforting and everything like that, like a pampering type of fragrance. So I wore some of my Versace Crystal Noir Eau De Toilette. But there was something about it, I kind of wanted it to be a bit softer, a bit sweeter, and less like soapy. So I remembered the fact that this had tuberose in it, and I thought, oh well, this has tuberose in it as well, so why not try and like wear them together? I just had a feeling that they might work, and oh my gosh, you guys, they smell incredible together. See, it was a while ago now, so I'm gonna spray them both on a bit of paper just to like jog my memory. But from what I can remember, they smell absolutely incredible. So I've just sprayed a little bit of that one on the strip, and I'll just top up with this one. I'll just spray a bit more of that. I think I missed it. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow. Oh, they blend so seamlessly together. and they really balance each other out. So I know some people have mentioned the harsh, like, soapy quality in this, that I don't find it, like, too bad. Like, I don't find it harsh or anything, but I believe some people might find a certain soapy, like, nuance in this fragrance to be kind of harsh. But honestly, see, when you blend these two together, all of that harshness is gone. It kind of makes them both a lot creamier. I've just remembered they both have sandalwood in the notes as well. And they're both quite creamy fragrances in their own way, initially. I mean, this fragrance, Hypnotic Poison, I believe that has your plum, fruity notes, and this fragrance has your, like, fig notes, and they're both quite creamy. So, like, if you think about that and the fact they both have tuberose and sandalwood, like, oh my gosh, you guys, you have to try this. If you have both of the perfumes, if you own them both, give it a try and let me know what you think. But oh my goodness, they really enhance each other. Like, the two of these together smells better than either one alone, almost. I mean, sometimes I want to wear this one on its own, but you know what I mean. Like, they really do enhance each other and they smell incredible. So that was a really nice little discovery of mine that I wanted to share with you. I think it's kind of interesting, actually, how they're both Eau De Toilettes as well. So maybe that lends itself better to layering them, maybe. I don't know if that's even relevant, but it's just kind of interesting to me. Oh, this smells so good, you guys, honestly, like, together. So that was my little layering discovery right there. I hope you guys had a really nice, like, Christmas time, whatever it was you were doing. I hope you had a nice, like, calming sort of day, and I wish you all the best for the new year. And I just want to actually thank you all for, like, being here, you know, like, it's just been such an amazing journey, you guys. I mean, seriously, and I can't thank you enough for all of your continued, like, support. Those of you who regularly watch my videos and, like, leave really thoughtful comments. But I honestly appreciate it so much, you guys. Like, it's so motivating when you guys, like, let me know how you're doing, when I hear back from you in the comments section, like, it just means so much. And the fact that I'm still going with this, you know, like, at the end of this year, I don't know, it's just fantastic. And I just want to say, like, a huge thank you to all of you guys for being here, for your support. Like, it's just amazing. You guys are amazing. So I wish you all the best for 2022. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I look forward to seeing you very soon in my next video. Take care, you guys. Bye.